everybody's having a beautiful day. Today, we're going to be talking about Offset. Well, really Offset. We're going to be talking about Mr. Nicki Minaj's over years, Mr. Kenneth Petty's. And I'm calling him Mr. Nicki Minaj for a specific reason because I just want to be clear about something. I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. A lot of the things that I'm about to say, that is the accusations that I've just heard that was made against this guy. It's absolutely, you cannot do this. We need to understand something. This whole culture that we have now about stalking people, this isn't cool. I'm going to say this again. This whole stalking culture that exists now, like, it's not cool. Like, it's not something that when you're talking to people who is about anything, they're going to be like, you know what? You hit the nail on the head. That's not one of those situations. Give me 1 second. So I want to be clear about something. What I'm about to say, Kenneth Petty is being accused of, I do not definitively know. This is not something that I know definitively. I'm going to be telling you about something that I heard on a blog. And now, with that being said, about this is something that I took off that other shirt. With that being said, this being something that I've heard on the blog, I want to be clear about something. The name of the blog that I heard this on or saw this on is Gossip of the City T on Instagram. You can go check it out for yourself if you want. Name of it is Gossip of the City T. It's on Instagram. And the reason in which one I'm taking what this individual is saying kind of serious is because they said two things. One, they said one thing, but one, previously I've seen them be correct about certain things. You know, we don't talk gossip over here, but at the same time, I have to be apprised of what people are doing. And so therefore I need to know which platforms that do speak gossip, that say truth, rather than the ones that are just out there trying to put out hyperbole or even trying to create situations that don't exist. Because there are a lot of blogs that actually do that. That's actually the way that people are trying to get lit now, by going out there and create situations that don't exist. Like having somebody go out there and follow somebody to try to create a problem so they could then film the problem. You understand what I'm saying? Like, people are, a lot of mental health issues exist in the world, if is all I'm basically saying. So what Kenneth Petty is being accused of, we're going to do roll call at the 5-minute mark. Everybody get your comments in now. So what Kenneth Petty is being accused of, you cannot be doing on this side of the internet where they're at. It's not respected in that field. Like you can't do that over here, then get over there and be like, you know what my track record is? They're going to look at you like, you're one of those guys. So I want to be clear about something. What she said, Gossip of the City T, I'm assuming it's a chick. I mean, I don't know. So what she said, Gossip of the City T, is that this particular situation is not the first time that Kenneth Petty might have been following Offset. And allegedly, this happens quite frequently whenever Offset visits California. So I'm not sure if this is a thing. But I also want to be clear about something. In Cardi B's newest song that came out, Bongos, or whatever the name of the song is, in Cardi B's new song, I think the name of it is Bongos. I do not know the slightest name of the song. I think that's how the song is. I never heard the song. There's a line allegedly where she says that she married a Migo and you married a Zero. So when I first heard that this line was in there, at first I was like, wait, hold on. So she's just dissing this nigga now? I ain't think nothing of it. But now it makes sense why she would be throwing shots at dude if Gossip of the City T or anybody else been like, yo, dude's been tracking your husband. Because that's some loser shit if that is something that's happening. I'm not saying that it's happening. I'm not saying that it's happening, but that's some loser shit if it's happening. Who does that? Remember the other day when we was having this conversation, I said the reason why dude had to get on the internet and apologize, well, maybe twofold also, because remember, this dude ain't supposed to be on the internet anyway. So he put Petty on the internet. He ain't even supposed to be on the internet. So he probably had to apologize anyway, just for legal purposes, just so we could be clear. But beyond that, I'm pretty sure the reason in which why he apologized is because William Petty can't be seen doing that. Now, guess what happens if something, guess who's the first person that's going to get blamed if something happens to Offset? Guess who's probably going to go to jail even if they didn't do it? Take a guess. Take a guess. Shout out to got Russell White up here. Shout out to Russell White. He says morning BBN. Then there's another person in here, Dabs. The reference to drugs, just so we can be clear. And I also think they're trying to throw shots at me by saying I don't even know where to buy stuff like that from. Like, so I don't even know. I'm not even sure what that is. I don't even know where to buy that stuff from. What is it? Because you explain to me what it is, because I'm just curious, to be honest with you. I'm not as versed in drugs as most people might be. And anyway, Russell White says Justin's going to jail for sure. Wow, you gonna help with that? I could really use some help with that. What up to the few? So let's get back to the actual conversation. So I want to be clear about something. First of all, tracking the dude and period and following people around like that, I'm not even sure about the legality on that in the first place because stalking is illegal. So I'm not sure about the legality on that, just so we can be clear. That's one. Two, he documented that he did it while one of his dudes was saying something like bang, bang in the video, talking about Kenneth Petty. So I just want to be clear about something that's an obvious threat. I just want to be clear about something that's an obvious threat. You understand? So with that being said, one of the Migos already, a situation happened. He just happened to not be there. But a situation already happened with one of the Migos. Remember, there's only 2 left. I don't think the world. What up, King Will? I don't think the world is okay with you threatening one of the last 2 Migos that's left. I don't think the world is okay with that. Is that a fair assessment? Is that a fair assessment? Shout out to the few. He says Mr. Petty is a stalker, huh? Is that a fair assessment? What up to the what up, Will? I don't think the world is okay with anyone threatening one of the 2 Migos that's left. Nevertheless, hip hop. Also, why is he even mad at fucking Offset? I don't even understand. Why is he? Because somebody explain to me why he's mad at Offset. I didn't get that part. Does anybody know? Because somebody explain to me why he would even be. I don't even know why he's mad at Offset. Like, I don't understand. Him and his boys look dumb. They look stupid as shit. Offset was on a jet right when they were waiting. Yo, I don't care if Offset was in the building when they was waiting. They just told everybody where this dude Cassinet do his shit at. They basically told everybody where to find Cassinet. Did you see what happened when he did a fucking giveaway? Do you understand why these people are reckless? Now, God forbid, a situation happened down there where fans stormed the area. Guess who's going to be in trouble? People don't think. When Satan, when destructive thoughts overtake whatever the direction is that you have, you're going to do more harm to yourself than you're going to do good in the long run. Don't allow for those destructive thoughts to take control. Don't allow for those destructive thoughts to involve you in foolishness. Learn how to be a leader and tell people no. It's going to be difficult because there's a lot of people who ain't leaders, but niggas follow these guys. So it's just a whole big cesspool of yes men. That's how you get the shit that just happened to Kenneth Petty. Tell me where the lie at. I'm listening. And this is not a knock on the man. I'm not trying to disrespect him. I'm not doing that at all. I'm just saying that this is terrible judgment. You married to Nicki Minaj. She makes all of the bread. What is she doing? Is she chopping you down and what we don't know about it? When you're in your private moments, is she chopping you down? So that's why you feel like you need to do shit like this? I'm asking. I mean, I don't know. But usually, and tell me if I'm wrong here, usually when you when you have a relationship with a woman is the bread feeder. Right? Boom. Listen, pay attention. The woman is the bread feeder. The bread earner. Right? The man, he don't make nowhere near as much as her. His responsibilities is different than what a man's normal responsibility is known to be in America. The woman is tearing her man down when nobody don't see it. But we don't know. Saying little quick, weird, sharp shit to tear at his ego. I'm asking, could that be happening? Because there's no reason for him to be going at anybody at all. You can't even get on the internet, fam. Why would you even risk your freedom? Don't you just got a kid? You just dropped a kid like a couple years ago. Why were you even risking your freedom? Sheesh. Surprised you're not speaking about the rap battle that destroyed Remy. Which rap battle are you talking about, Lugo? The few says, I think she married him for protection. She had a lyric saying she married a big blood or something like that. No, I'm just being clear. I'm not trying to bash the homie. I want to be clear on this. I'm saying that this was just a moment where where you needed other people around you. Because I'm going to say it like this, and this is the realest shit. When you are a person that everybody knows, when they see you, or you are a person that you need to have people around you that's protecting your image more than you are. You need to have the people around you supposed to be more protective of your image and who you are, of you than you are. So this is what I'm trying to say. I'm not knocking them. I'm saying this thing that this blog is accusing them of, it sounds bananas. The problem in which why it even sounds worse in his case is because of the crime that he was convicted of. Now he's out here and he's doing, at least if this blogger is correct, which might not be correct. We don't know if she's accurate or not. People lie on people all day, every day, fam. We don't know how accurate she is. But what we do know is this. She has a pretty good, decent track record as far as I can tell you. And what we do know is this. Dude was literally standing outside of Castanet Police doing the thing. You can't do that, fam. Lugo says the Geechee Gotti battle from yesterday, dude got exposed for sleeping with Remy and her face was priceless. No, I didn't even know about that. Send that to me. Somebody DM that shit to me. Did not even know about it. I had a pretty good day yesterday. It's a pretty good day. Fucking fall, fam. It's time of the year to kick my butt. Let's get back to it. Yeah, so I'm in no way trying to, and this is another thing I want to say, and I want to be clear about this. I like when we have these rappers that battle on wax, even when it's we really don't like each other in real life. I'm fine with that. I approve that message. That's cool. I just don't think that people should be taking it to a place. I just appreciate you. What up, Rugi Hauser? Salute. This is Morning Frost, BBN family. I don't think people be taking this shit. Following somebody is pretty serious, man. Like following somebody, that shows that's pretty serious, man. Like that's serious. Like if you go to the police and be like, yo, these people been following me. And then the police, you got proof these people have actually been following you. Yes, that's a punishable crime. Absolutely. What the fuck? That's why I'm saying I don't know if this lady is telling the truth. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say that, maybe somebody gave her this information and it's inaccurate. How the hell do I know? I'm talking about gossip of the city T. Somebody could have gave her the information and it could just be inaccurate. What the hell do I know? But his homeboy didn't do him any favors. His homeboy did him 0 favors. People be too quick to post shit. People be too quick to want to get on the internet and talk shit. People be too quick to want to put out negative energy. When you go out there and you just enjoy yourself and you have fun, you win. You win-win. Name somebody that wins and go out there and puts out negative energy. Just name one. Everybody that wins go out there and puts out positive energy, correct? No matter how talented or untalented they are. Think about that for a moment. While you're busy and going to all of the hate channels and hate pages and reading the hate columns and the TMZs of the world. And tell me. Even Vlad had to get big by doing a lawsuit against somebody. That didn't get big because his numbers just got big. He did a lawsuit against people and he was able to upgrade him. He was able to upgrade his shit. He was ready to get that shit. Remember he sued who he sued? Rick Ross. So I'm not going after what up WIP morning. So I'm not going after dude. I'm saying we gotta do better. Somebody the other day was like, yo, should Nicki Minaj divorce him? I'm like, no. This is before I heard about the gossip of the City T shit. I'm like, hell no. Why would she do that? You gotta stand by your man. And I still stay with that. Don't get this confused. But there's an important reason why us as men, it's important that we have some kind of connection to something bigger than us. You understand? Like it's important that men believe in something bigger than them, grander than them, greater than them. It's important. The man that believes in himself greater than everything else is the man that's doomed for destruction. You have to believe in something greater than yourself, more than you. That's where purpose begins. The man with no purpose is out here doing what? We should always attempt to do things the right way. I think the problem is that we're confused with what the right way is nowadays because of the politics in the world that we live in. I want to just pitch something to you for 1 second. Pay attention. So North Korea, they believe that the year is like 112 over there in North Korea, right? Yeah, I know that, right? So yeah, so apparently North Korea started their, you know, there's a dude that he was born or died like 112 years ago or some shit like that. So that's where their whole existence begins apparently. So they think it's like the year 112 over there, just so we could be clear. So that's wild. Anyway, in any regard, uh, go check it out if you don't believe me. It's that hard to look up. In any regard, um, they have only 3 television stations that I believe just plays propaganda news all day, and just probably movies about how great Kim Jong Un is and the other people in his family. Um, they have like 2 newspapers or some shit. Everything's propaganda. No information gets into that country from outside of that country or outside of that country from inside of that country unless the government mandates it and allows for it to happen. Now imagine if we live in a system like that in America. But since they can't stop the information from coming in or the information from going out, what they have did is confused our brains so we don't understand the information upon hearing it. So basically, we always living in a constant state of not just aggression, not just determination, but a form of a confusion. People will be so quick on to take somebody else's hate, but they'll be so slow to take on somebody else's love. People be so quick to laugh and ridicule, but so slow to applaud and appreciate. I don't understand these principles. So I'm kind of lost on a lot of shit. And I get stuck and mixed up with a lot of shit. Because I don't understand. I don't know how you could just hate your fellow brother. I don't know how you could just walk around wanting people to fail. Whenever I thought about my heroes winning at something that was great, I never thought about them playing people that didn't deserve to be there also. I always envisioned my Knicks or my Giants or even my Rangers, my Yankees. When they're playing big, incredible games, they're going up against big, incredible players. And those players are doing big, incredible things. I never envisioned people getting injured, couldn't play, had to still keep the game, take the game off. So I don't understand this way of thinking that people have where they want to cripple others. I can't understand that. That makes sense. So I don't understand what dude is doing. And if y'all want to explain it to me and put it into the chat, I'd love to hear. Shout out to Kyrie Knows. Is all praises to the Most High. That's a fact. All praises to the Most High. God is good. God is great. Every day. Let's read the word. Do I got a word here? We got Psalms 34, lines 4 and 5. Psalms 34, lines 4 and 5. I asked the Lord to help me, and he answered me. He saved me from everything that made me afraid. People who trust the Lord to help them will be very happy. Their faces will be bright, and they will not be ashamed. Again, I asked the Lord to help me, and he answered me. He saved me from everything that made me afraid. People who trust the Lord to help them will be very happy. Their faces will be bright, and they will not be ashamed. Psalms 34, lines 4 and 5. Amen. I haven't been saying this in a while, but I hope, school is back in specifically. So y'all walking your kids out the door to school. And I hope y'all saying a prayer over your kids' heads before y'all walk them out there into the freaking world. Say a prayer over your kids' heads before you walk them out there into the world. If you're looking for a psalm that you want to use specifically, yeah, but you could just say the regular Our Father who art in heaven. You could just say that prayer. Hallowed be thy name. Will be done, kingdom come. You could just say that prayer over them before they walk out the door. Put their armor on, Put their armor on before they walk out the door. Not just to protect them from the world, but to protect the world from them. Because sometimes, us remembering to be easy is what's going to save us from prison. What's going to save us from a situation that we might not be here no more for the people that love us. So, put your kids' armor on in the morning. Not just so God knows that they, come protect my kids and you're asking, but also so they, respect God. A little bit more respect for God will go a long way with how we treat one another. Just something to be mindful of. Anything else y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. We're not at the 36-minute mark, but we started late. So if anything else y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. I'm up for it. If you are enjoying the show in any capacity, you could always pull up to the Cash App, Super Chat, and or PayPal. Also, we have some merchandise from our Teespring store pinned to the comment, pinned to the video. You could always go look through there, see if there's anything that you would like, or you can go directly to our Teespring store yourself, and you can just look through there. We have tons of things, not just the things that are pinned. We have lots and lots and lots of different merch on that site. The View said designer still hasn't registered yet. Once again, I wouldn't be surprised if there's actually a different situation that's going on. And he did this out in the open so he could get registered because he was already gonna have to get registered because that's just bananas what he did. I don't trust it. I don't understand the high or the drunk that somebody would have to be to do such a thing. It just seems more like something that somebody did on purpose, and then he made sure that the lady saw him, so he could get in trouble for it. That's what it sounded like to me. But you know, whatever. What the hell do I know? Well, yeah, he needs to get in trouble for that. Remember, Nicki Minaj's husband had a similar situation going on with him in California when they moved. Um, they paid whatever the fines were or whatever, and then they handled that. What up, Jasmine Barrera? Says good morning, everyone. And then says she's new to the channel. I'm waiting for the insult. Come on, let's go. I'm just talk. Bring it whenever you get prepared. In any regard, in any regard, yeah. So he should definitely register. If he doesn't register, he should be held accountable. Uh, you can't do that. It's crazy. It's bananas. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, did somebody like do some weirdo shit and like hit him with gave him like a super Viagra, and if he didn't, you know, climax, like he was gonna like die or some shit? Boom. How did I know? How did I know? Never asked him. How did I know? Anytime you hear anybody say they're new to the channel, they're 100% gonna just say something disrespectful for me to kick them. So I usually just wait. I bet you I said that and people was like, yo, you just exaggerating. Like, he don't know that person. Why you think you gonna have to kick him? I bet you thought that was wrong. When you go through the same exact thing every single day, it's not hard to tell what's gonna happen. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Anything else? I didn't ask anybody for no free nothing. It's crazy. It's bananas. When I don't be on live, I do be getting free food from places though. Okay, that's what it is. I do be getting free food from a couple of places. Shout out to y'all guys. I appreciate y'all. I be trying to pay. They just give it to me for free sometimes. That does happen. Shout out to that shit. But that's always happened to me my whole life. So I don't really, shout out to the Most High. I always get free stuff my whole life. So I used to work with this dude. I'll tell you a story. This is this is why they call them the stores. So I used to work with this dude, and basically we worked on a truck together. So I was the driver, and almost every single day, I'm not gonna say every day, I'm gonna say almost every time we went into somewhere, to like a business or something, like I always used to get like favorable treatment. Like we used to get like mad favorable treatment. Like it was crazy. So like we just go places to get free stuff all the time. Or we'll just go places people like just like it was crazy. So he ain't never experienced that shit before. going places and people, you know what I'm saying, go out of their way to be kind to you. He's never experienced that. So that's why they call every place to tell people to treat me bad, because he know if they don't do that, people gonna love me. That's how Satan works. Kendra told y'all about that though. Kendra came in here one day and told y'all about that on the phone. We got one of those conversations where we was on the phone talking. Kendra told y'all about that though. He appreciate all the time. Like people just we go places and everybody always be so kind and nice. And Kendra told y'all about that though. Kendra told y'all about that. It's on tape, by the way. All you got to do is put in BBNNETWORK, Jack Force, and Kendra, and the video will pop up where she's talking about that. So, for the people that say I'm not telling the truth, she came on the chat and was talking like I had her on the phone. She said a whole bunch of nice things about me. I should go check that video out. You know, somebody that is my ex talking so well about me is kind of crazy, right? I should go check that video out. Somebody who actually knows me, was dating me. We don't even date no more. Really a good man, though. That's not even cap. Ain't nothing I'm saying cap. Really a good man, though. I'm proud of that. The fuck? I'm proud that exes that I've dated, like, you know, on good terms with me and fuck with me. The fuck? I'm proud of that shit. The hell you talking about? I would say something, but I'm not gonna say it. It's gonna be disrespectful. But yeah, we're cool. We're cool. I'm saying like my exes in general, for the most part, we're cool. Like 2 or 3 that popped up in the chat before. I just didn't call them out too tough. Uh, Donating everything. I just didn't call them out too tough because you know, they might be in relationships and shit. I don't know how that feel. What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat, fam. If not, I'm gonna get to some of my other projects that I've been working on. I've been doing a lot of research and I've been working on some projects. I'm gonna get to some other projects I've been working on, man. What y'all want to talk about? And I got a business call I'm supposed to have taken already. What y'all want to talk about? Nothing? We got 55 people in here. Only 18 of y'all even hit the like button. So, we done? What do y'all want to talk about? I'm assuming I'm not doing a good job this morning and nobody's interested, just so we can be clear. That's what I'm assuming. If I'm not doing a good show, it doesn't make sense for me to just hold y'all guys hostage or whatever the case might be. So that's what I'm assuming. Is there another topic that you guys would like to discuss? Is there another topic y'all guys would like to discuss? Is there another topic you guys would like to discuss? That's it? Thank you for the people that, I don't know if those likes were because y'all know the show is over, so y'all about to hit the like button before you walked out, or if those likes are to keep the show going. I don't have the slightest idea what those likes that just popped up for there was. I don't know what they was for. I don't really need to go. It's just that if I'm only gonna be talking to the people who, I'm having a really good couple of days. If I'm only gonna be talking to the people who don't like me, I just don't want to talk to them. It don't make sense. I want to continue to be in a good mood. So I don't really want to talk to them. So if we don't have anything to talk about, I'm gonna leave because it don't make sense. So I'll give it a second. And if y'all want to talk about something, I'll stay. I'll tell y'all I'll talk. I'm not in no rush. But there's no reason for me to talk to these guys. If I wanted to talk about people that just lied about who I was, then I'll call them. I promise you that'll never happen. All right, we done? I should have made that call before the show. I started late. I could have made that call before the show. I'm gonna take the call now. I'm assuming that this is the room being filled up now by the people that hate me and waiting for me to just leave, right? I'm assuming. What's my thoughts on Sexy Red? She is I'm not sure. I don't want to say I'm not my type. Is that fair? Like in any regard. Like there's zero things about her. I mean, she has a vagina, I'm assuming, but in breasts that are real, not store bought. I'm assuming that these came factory issue. Other than that, I can't think of anything that I'm pro for. Other than that, not one thing. Her music isn't for me. Maybe I don't know her music well enough. What the hell do I know? I'm not really into chicks with masculine energy. That's not really my thing. So she has so much masculine energy. She has a lot of masculine energy. That's just no. No, it's just not for me. That's all. Shout out to her though. She's doing a lot of things. Shout out to the Jets. The Jets had her doing a lot of things. But no, she's not for me per se. But she's winning, so it is what it is. Hell, I like people like Lady London. I don't understand why she's not blowing up more. But she's not as mainstream. But Lady London, she's an incredible rapper, writer. I like her delivery and all that. But that's not what the age we live in. In the age we live in, you got to talk about gratuitous. If you're a female, you have to talk about gratuitous sex, how easy you are, how all of the different. That's what you got to do. And it's wild because people don't see that as a slavery. I see that as a slavery. You know what I'm saying? Just like I think it's slavery on the internet. How the only way you could do well is if you disrespect other people. I think that's slavery. That's just the way I look at it. I think it's slavery. I think it's slavery that the only way that the male rappers can blow up is by talking about killing each other. I think that's slavery, fam. So now I'm not a big fan of this woman empowerment. That means that all they is making songs talking about their vaginas and whatnot. I don't consider that to be woman empowerment. I don't consider women that carry themselves like that powerful. Like, I've never looked up to a female that runs around half naked or talking about the sex that she can. I never looked up to one of them. And there's tons of women I looked up to. Claire Huxtable. I love the way that Michelle Obama carried herself while she was in office. These are women that I've looked up to. I've had, just so we could be clear. I would never look up if Lauryn Hill. I look up to her, shit like that. So I think that we have to, like, so I was watching, one of them episodes, I think Red Pill or some shit. Anyway, so it was reposted on Instagram for whatever that means. So there's some chick talking, and she's like, "Yo, you know what? I'm not gonna try to get married while she was saying she's not gonna try to get married while she is doing porn. So she's gonna wait, or OnlyFans, pardon me. So she's gonna wait until after she quits doing OnlyFans, and then after she quits doing OnlyFans, and you know what kind of OnlyFans she does. So after she quits doing OnlyFans, then and only then is she gonna try to get married. So the dude is trying to tell her, ain't nobody gonna want you then. You're gonna be all used up. Like, that's the way men think. But she's trying to say, nah, but that's not true, because now, I'm ready to be faithful. Don't no man want that, ma. And women have been tricked into believing that men really want women out here that done been sleeping with 100 other dudes. Like, men don't really want that. It's not really what we want. Body count matter. If body count don't matter, I don't know what to tell you. And y'all raising y'all sons now, apparently, to believe that body count don't matter. Who you marry, that's gonna raise your children. That's right. I don't know. In any regard, I'm not a fan of that type of music. And I'm not a fan of the music where the dudes make about just killing each other or haphazardly. I'm going to say something real quick. So Nas got this jump off where he tells an actual story and people, I get that. Biggie got stories where he's telling with people, well then I get that. But just making songs with no beginning, no end, no story, no nothing, and all you doing is talking about killing your brother and killing your sister. There's no story, there's no lesson. See, we accept when it's done by NWA because there's a lesson. When Ice Cube does it, there's a lesson. When KRS does it, there's a lesson. You understand? When Nas does it, there's a lesson. When Wu-Tang does it, there's a lesson. Jay-Z, there's a lesson. These dudes is trying to do the thing, leaving the whole lesson out of it. Now there's no lesson. It's just the wilderness. So I don't want to hear how they're doing the same things that people did, NWA did, or KRS-One did, or Rakim, or whoever. Because there was lessons in that music. It wasn't just we shooting the place up. Now, did they also have songs where they just rapped about doing... Yeah, the regular freestyles where they just stack stuff on top of it. Yeah, but that wasn't this drill. If you are what you eat, that's one of the first things that we learn, correct? When you go to school, right? When I was in, I don't know what the fuck that was. I think it was kindergarten. First start, I don't know. I think it was first start. I don't think I went to kindergarten. See, the problem was when my birth date was, anyway, long story. I'm not going to get into that. So I didn't go to kindergarten. I went to like Head Start, because like at 4 or some shit. So I was in that. I went straight from that to first grade. Long story. I don't want to get into it. So you learn you are what you eat, correct? It's one of the first things. They have the food pyramid. Hey, the things you eat is what becomes. Yeah, but we're not just what we digest. We're what we digest. Whether it's something we breathe in, whether it's something we eat, whether it's something we hear, whether it's something we see, anything that we witness. You get it? You know what the biggest difference? When I see how people raise their children is, in reality, it's the music they listening to. Because I remember being a kid growing up, hearing Donna Summers in the house, Michael Jackson, Marvin Gaye. I heard those people in the house when I was growing up. And then when my brothers played songs, I heard, what we now know as old school hip hop. The Run DMCs of the world. The KRS-Ones of the world. The Marley Marl Show came on and so did freaking Magic. Mr. Magic. So this is the music. Now our children are growing up on what music? What's your 5-year-old listening? What's the average 5-year-old listening to? Chief Keef? So I got a bigger issue, as you can obviously tell. I don't blame Sexy Red. And I don't blame the women that do what they do, that I don't agree with. I also don't blame the men, the rappers, especially the young boys. I don't blame them. How can you? It's a wilderness. No church in a while, man. I have no idea how talented she actually is because I've only heard like 3 lines from her. I can't get past when she said something about her booty hole is brown. That was it for me. So I've never heard past that line in that song, whatever song that is. I turned right then and there. And there's another song that I heard, and the first line I heard was just too much for me. So that's not anything that I want to digest. That's not anything that I want to eat. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't listen to it. So I don't know what to tell you, all due respect. It's just not for me. But I wouldn't hate on her. Like if I met her or something like that and I seen her, or even if I interviewed her, I wouldn't hate on her. Like I said before, I understand. It is what it is. I get it. Niggas is coming from the same ghettos, the same hoods. It's just in different cities, in different locations. I get it. I get it. If you play that character right there, boom, we gonna be able to get paid. And people do it. So I get it. Y'all see what happened to Doja Cat? Oh, I love Ice Spice. Her music is terrible, but I absolutely love Ice Spice. Absolutely love her. She could do no wrong in my eyes. Her music is terrible though. Her music is terrible. Oh man, she can do no wrong in my eyes, fam. Absolutely love Ice Spice. I don't know what to tell you. The music is terrible though. The music is terrible. But this is what I will say about her. She has her own style as far as her music go, the way that she speaks. She has her own style. So I've been seeing people copying off of her style, and I was like, I know she's flattered. You know what I'm saying? To be so have such little actual talent vocally, but you so pretty, motherfuckers is still gonna copy off of your vocals. That's bananas, fam. I'm sorry. That's bananas. Oh man. Yeah, no. The Bronx has. Okay, I mean for wherever. There's baddies around here, fam. That if you put a little bit of time and effort into them, and they just could just move a little bit away from some of what their friends is a part of, there's baddies where I live, fam. People just got to stop trying to be in. People just have to stop trying to look like the next motherfucker and be ready to look like who you are. That's all that happened with Ice Spice, man. She just decided to look who she was instead of trying to look like somebody else that was already in the game. It's telling you what it is, man. There's baddies around here. I see them all the time. And I'm not talking about some chicks just because they got some. Y'all know I don't really care for the BBL shits. So I'm not even talking about that. Do some of them got BBLs? Yeah. Do some of them don't? Yes, also. There's baddies around here, fam. Not Ice Spice level, just so we can be clear. But that's the. She looks different, fam. You understand? She looks different. And that's what they don't get. And when I say they, I'm not talking about females. I'm talking about people when they're creating something. She looks different, fam. But if you go to the Bronx, you're going to see a ton of chicks that look just like her, but just not put together the same way. You understand? Just what you born with. It's not just what you born with. You understand? It's what you do or what you got. And also, that's why man, I so would love to, hopefully, I mean, if she doesn't do this, what the fuck am I going to say? I'm single right now. If I dated, obviously, there's going to be more to it than this. But I really want to date somebody that knows how to cook, so we can just buy big bags of rice, big bags of beans, and shop like that. Be honest with you. Foreigners. Yeah, but I'm just using that as an example. I'm not saying we're just going to be eating rice and beans. But the point in which I'm trying to make is moving away from all of that fast food, fam. I advise y'all not to go buy none of them 50-cent fucking hamburgers and none of them $1 hamburgers or 1-cent hamburgers, however else they doing them shits, from freaking McDonald's and Wendy's. So I seen a post. I thought about that shit. I said, you know what? I'm happy I only got one of those hot dogs. You know what? I understand why Nathan's hot dogs is such a big deal. I'm still thinking about that hot dog right now. I just thought about the damn thing because I don't eat those shits. So I just thought about it. And you know what? That was a very tasty hot dog. I don't eat them because I don't eat processed meat. So that's like the first hot dog I ate in probably like 6 years maybe or some shit. It's tasty though. It's tasty as heck. All of the tastinesses. I get Nathan's now. I get it. I get it. Oh, the show's over. I'm just bullshitting at this point. The show been over, fam. I'm just bullshitting at this point. The show's over. We not talking about Kenneth Petty no more. I'm just bullshitting. Y'all want to bullshit? I don't know what that means, fam. I think you're talking about some kind of weird shit. I don't know. In any regard. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat, fam. This guy's in here talking about some weird shit. I'm not down with that. I think he's trying to antagonize me. Yeah, that's not how that worked. That's not how that works. See, you are trying to antagonize me. That's not how that works, man. That's not how that works, man. I'm not going to kick you immediately, but that's not how that works. It don't work that way. It's never worked that way. Don't work that way. All right. Anything else? Anybody else got anything else y'all want to talk about? Because this is. Anything else y'all want to talk about? If not, I'm gonna let y'all go because we're not doing this. And I don't have anything interesting to me right now that I want to speak on at the moment. I got some people I should be talking to. Maybe we have a couple quick conversations, and maybe I come back live later on today. I don't know. But yeah, we're not doing this. This is not something I care for. There's a reason why I have a lot of different talents. Jadakiss, I don't know. I don't cover people's relationships. Jadakiss has a new woman. Shout out to that. I don't really cover people's relationships. That's not really what I do. Somebody came in here and was talking about Remy cheating on this dude, Papoose or some shit. Somebody said something in a bar. Dude, I don't really cover that type of shit. If something happens, somebody attacks somebody or something like that basketball player. Somebody attacks somebody or something like that basketball player, then yeah, maybe we haven't even spoke on that. For everybody that don't know, there's a basketball player. I believe he plays for the Toronto Raptors. I think. Um, so he's in New York. No, the Houston Rockets. Pardon me. Forgot his name. Somebody put it in the chat. So basically, he came home or back to the hotel room and beat his girlfriend while she was still sleeping. That dude, and she's an ex WNBA player, and beat her while she was still sleeping. Got to kick him out of the NBA, fam. He just got to get. He got to get. If, you know, if this is. I think he broke like some part of her too. Like it was like savage. It was savage. Um, you gotta give him his walking papers, or he gotta just forfeit his monies. He gotta forfeit his monies for this year and go through some kind of counseling or something. He can't play this year, fam. I don't care NBA. Houston Rockets NBA, he can't play this year. You gotta put your foot down. This is a situation where, as far as we can tell, he just attacked this woman. He wasn't defending himself in no way. She was sleeping and he jumped on a person who was asleep. I'm sorry, you gotta protect the woman in this case. This is, and we're gonna send that guy to counseling. You know, void his contract. You send him to counseling, um, and then we move from there. You know. Yes, the Giants was getting killed yesterday. So apparently the Giants waited until they went the first 3 quarters without scoring any points in the beginning of the season. I don't think anybody's ever done that in the NFL before in any regard. In that third quarter, I think they scored 17 points. So what's that? 2 touchdowns and a field goal. So they was smoking in the third quarter. They started scoring again. I believe Saquon Barkley got a 1 yard touchdown pass where he hit the pylon. Also, that was pretty smooth. So yeah, so now we're 1-1. And the dope thing about this is the last time we won a championship, the last time we won the Super Bowl, I believe, we lost to the Cowboys in the first game of that season. So yeah, it'd be pretty good. One of the things I keep saying, I believe the Giants, if the Giants could get an offensive line together and make sure that they have a pretty good offensive line so they can open up some holes for Saquon Barkley, what that's going to allow for is things like the play action. Any play action plays is gonna then, really work. You understand what I'm saying? So you help with the play action when you have a good offensive line, obviously. Also, if the offensive line is good, like I was saying before, previously when we was talking, that means that you could pull tackles and pull guards from the other side of the line, so you can get extra runners to make extra blockers. Saquon Barkley did get injured. They saw him charting him off. I'm just hoping that it wasn't a big injury. I saw him carrying him off. Then I did see him at one point put some weight on the actual leg that it looked like he was limited from using, and it didn't look like he twinged or anything like that. So hopefully, I'm hoping that it might not be too serious of an injury. But I'm okay if he has to sit out like one game. I'm even okay if he has to sit out 2 games. Because once again, if we have a good offensive line, and that means that you could put a different running back there. What people fail to realize is when the Cowboys was winning in the early 1990s, they had a great offensive line. So not only was Emmitt Smith being able to be effective when running the ball, but they had another dude that was back there. They had another dude that was back there that they used to put in every now and then, and to supplant Emmett every once in a while. And whoever they put back there to run the ball actually did pretty well. No, I don't have a streaming site to watch the games. So yeah, I'm looking. This is gonna be hopefully a good year for us. Also, this is the funny thing about the whole Jets. So the Jets got homeboy. I don't think he was ever really intended to play though. I think they wanted to use him as they wanted to bring him over to the team so they could change uh team culture. So I think that's what they got Aaron Rodgers for more than anything else. The Jets. I think they wanted to change the culture of the team. Because how did they come out before the game even started that Aaron Judge was going to get injured early in the game with a fucking Achilles injury? Then that actually happens. Now, did y'all hear about the fact that they now are putting up a petition to put real grass in every single stadium? For everybody that don't know. Patriots started 0-2 for the first time since 2001. Don't know what to say about that. Didn't the Patriots get Ezekiel Elliott? Didn't the Patriots get Ezekiel Elliott? Running backs like Ezekiel, first of all, the Cowboys ran him into the dirt. I just want to be clear about this. The Cowboys ran him into the dirt. All right? The dirt. I just want to be clear about this. That's one. Two, as far as Ezekiel Elliott is concerned, I think that he was part of the reason why the Cowboys actually got knocked out a couple of those rounds. Because I think he plays big getting little spots, but in big spots he play little. That's just my opinion, and I could be wrong. I think in big spots he play little more than in little spots he played. Big spots he play little more often than not. In little spots he play big. And I don't like that he takes so much hits. I don't like that he doesn't dodge any contact. I like running backs like LaDainian Tomlinson, Curtis Martin. Really effective, great runners, but also they're not taking too much damage. You got to know to get down. Emmitt Smith, one of the greatest at it, if not the greatest at it. Getting clips of yardage and then getting down before taking any damage. Copy, I see it. Appreciate you. I copy. I do appreciate the running backs that can run through people. One of the greatest running backs of all time was Walter Payton and Sweetness. And he had the ability to run through people and he had the ability to juke you. So, and he had escape speed. You know what I'm saying? Like he had getaway speed. One of the greatest running backs of all time. But then when I see that running back after he's not in the NBA and in the NFL no more, and I see the sicknesses that he's going through, I realized that wasn't he paid too much for that little bit of fame. So I want us to, I know we love seeing those type of hits and things like that, but these guys, they pay a big toll on their bodies, man. That link shows boxing matches too for us. And oh, word? Okay. I appreciate you. Sorry, I'm thinking about something. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. What else y'all want to talk about? Y'all want to keep talking about? I mean, I could talk about football forever, fam. This is a sport. This sports forever. Like, what is the kids into nowadays? I remember growing up in the 90s, and maybe it was just me. You know what it is? It could have just been me, because I had a lot of different types of friends. So I had to be up on college football, NBA, NFL, like everything. You understand what I'm saying? And there was even a time where we all was fucking with the NHL because of Blades of Thunder. Y'all remember Blades of Thunder? When Blades of Thunder first came out and I became big, and then all of a sudden they made the NHL, um, EA Sports made the NHL game, and we all fell in love with that. I don't know about y'all, but me and my cousins, we fell in love with that NHL game. That's a fact. I played the NHL game before I played Blades of Thunder. But everybody used to always talk about Blades of Thunder, but I never played it. Then I played the NHL game. Remember Blitz? I never played NFL Streets, but I played Blitz. I remember we used to, y'all ever heard of this game called Link, Zelda Link to the Past? So shout out to my cousins, right? Shout out to all of my homies, because it wasn't just my cousins that was up there with me. So when Zelda Link to the Past came out, I bought the game. It was for, I believe, I forget if it was for Super NES. It was for Super NES, right? So I had the game. And do you not know that my friends used to come to my crib, fam? And we used to all sit around the TV and play, and I used to play the game. And we used to sit around the TV playing the game. After school, we used to come to my crib. Sometimes I get to my crib and a couple of them already there. Because you know my cousins, so because they could come in the house. You know what I'm saying? Already there. Because that's where we hung out at my crib. You feel me? I was that dude. We hung out at my crib. This is no cap. This is all real talk. Go ask Inky. He used to live there for a little while. Go ask Dr. Inky. This is when I moved to Concourse Village. We used to all come hang out at my crib, fam. This is facts. When it was time to get ready to go out for the night, everybody used to come to my crib and we used to link up. This is facts. When it was time to get ready to go somewhere and we was doing something as a clique, everybody came to the crib, link up. This is facts. If you wasn't in none of this type of movement, please stop telling people that you know me. Like, because you don't. Shout out to Inky. Go ask Dr. Inky if y'all think I'm capping. Go ask Dr. Inky if you think I'm capping. Go ask Dr. Inky. Linked up at 4C. You linked up at my crib. So anyway, we used to come home and they used to play the video game. They used to play Zelda. So everybody hung around. That game, you got to beat Zelda twice. You got to beat the light side, and then after you beat Ganon, you go to like an alternate universe or some shit. And then you got to beat him again. So after I beat him the first time, we was all cheering. Everybody in the house cheering. My stepmother telling us to shut the fuck up. We yelling. We yelling like we We blowing the fucking windows out. We yelling. We celebrating. Dude, they watch me play Zelda. The whole, it's 2 fucking sides. They watch me play the whole fuck. And not for nothing, they were very helpful. I probably wouldn't have beat it as quickly. I definitely wouldn't have beat it as quickly as I beat it without their help. This is a fact. It was a community effort. I was just the one holding the control. That's it. It was a community effort. Remember, Zelda's puzzles. I didn't know all of the puzzles. These dudes was helpful. We didn't have no strategy book, no nothing. And the internet didn't exist. Not the way that we know it today. This is the 90s. We celebrated and cheered. And then that shit said I had to beat it a second time. My niggas was like, yo, we out, fam. We can't do this again. As far as I'm concerned, we beat that shit. Niggas was like, we can't do this shit again. Niggas was so pissed. I beat it both times, though. I went all the way through. I think my cousin, I'm going to name him specifically, Al, stayed for the Al Dogs. He stayed for both times. Need you to come to the crib, fam. Because we already was linking up at the crib to play shit like NCAA basketball. Y'all remember that? So we already was linking up at the crib to play shit like NCAA basketball. Fucking 007 was way later. But we was already linking up at the crib to play shit like that. So we already was like after, you know what I'm saying? Because remember, the sun is going down. Matter of fact, we beat this shit I beat that shit in the spring. So when I beat the shit, it was still light outside. It was like probably about 5 o'clock, and it was still light because, you know, the sun started spending more time in the days go longer. So I beat it. I didn't beat it in the winter, but we used to play it in the winter. So I get home, it's dark. My niggas is in the crib. Niggas is waiting. Because it was my account. They couldn't just play my character. Wait. That's my favorite. That's my favorite Zelda for that reason. Because I got to play that with all my friends. That's my favorite Zelda for that reason. My second favorite Zelda is I'm actually playing right now. If I had the internet going on, I'd play it online so y'all could see me. But I'm actually playing right now a Breath of the Wild. Is that what I'm playing? Hold on. I mean, I haven't really been playing it much. I done took like 2 months off of the game. I have no idea where I put the damn thing, as usual. So, yeah, I think it's Breath of the Wild. I don't have the slightest idea which one. Not the last one to come out. It was Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild. So I'm playing Breath of the Wild right now. I'm playing Breath of the Wild right now. But my favorite one after A Link to the Past, and that's just because of the memories that's attached to it, more than anything else. It was crisp gameplay. It was beautiful colors. It is actually incredible graphics. Like, even to this day, when you look back at it for the way in which it was shot, especially still with the overhead view, graphics and everything is incredible for that day and age. So shout out to that. But after that is Ocarina of Time. And the reason why Ocarina of Time is, the thing that happened with me in Ocarina of Time is I was staying with my brothers and his girlfriend at the time. So she had a son. And he didn't really get outside much, or whatever the case was. You know, it was a dangerous neighborhood, or whatever the case is. I don't want to get into that. So one day he asked me, could I help him play a video game? You know, asked him to play video games with him. So I'm like, yeah, why not? Like, what the fuck? So I never played GameCube, and this is still to this day the only game that I played on GameCube. And I started the game from scratch. And we beat it in like 3 weeks. You're going to see if you can get your check and burst early. Okay, cool. I don't know what you're talking about, but, you know, whatever works for you. I appreciate everybody that's in the chat today. As you can see, I'm just talking it up, talking my shit. I beat it from scratch for him. because I didn't know how to play the game. Like, he was already started the game, and I don't know where he was at, but I didn't know how to play it because the game looked totally different than every Zelda that I had seen previously. I don't know, like the ones I had seen previously. It looked different. It was now 3D. I don't know if they were. I think this was the first 3D one. So I think I beat it in about 3 weeks. It took me a minute to get started, but once I got started, it was just me and him, and we just ran right through the bitch. And he couldn't play the game worth crap, but he loved watching me play. I was like, sheesh. So probably that one also because of the memories attached to it. But I'm liking this Breath of the Wild. I'm enjoying it. I like the gameplay, pretty intuitive. I really gotta let y'all. There's a game on uh called DC Universe. Everybody that got a PlayStation in here, go download it. Make a character, put them on the villain side. I'm gonna give out free tutorials, and I'm gonna help everybody pick their guy up as soon as I get my PlayStation situations fixed out and everything working again. My shit got sold through, and I just have more important things to do right now than buy a PlayStation. But I will be getting a PlayStation soon. I'm not gonna even explain how. So get DC Universe. It's free game. It's a free game. It's free. You don't pay no money. It's free. Get DC Universe, download it to your PlayStation. Make sure you're on the villain side. You might want to do 2 characters so you can look at the skill tree and shit like that before you decide what you want to make and what you want to actually work on and spend time with. I'm going to help every single person upgrade and get better that joins my league. We was 200 people strong at one time, and then I stopped playing the game for like 3 years, and then, whatever happened. I made actually content online, so you could go look up DC Universe and put in the Spawn Splitter, and I have content of it online right now. The Spawn Splitter, DASPINESL. No, pardon me, Splitter, SPLITTA. The Spawn Splitter, the Spawn Splitter DC Universe. You can just put the Spawn Splitter. You'll see quite a few different things me doing shit online. I've been online for years. You gotta see shit that's gonna say 2016, man. Wouldn't be surprised if you find some 2014. And you could see what the game is. So that is that game. But I'm always one of the stronger characters on the game. Always. Like, when I get the game back, give me like a good 2 weeks. I'll be in the top 10 percentile. I promise you. No spending no money, no nothing. It's partly because I understand the way the game machine mechanics. So I'm able to negate, because of the way that I play, I'm able to negate attacks against me. So people will be hitting, throwing out like stupid strong attacks. And because of the way that I play, not even because of how strong my character is, but because of the way that I play, I can negate the actual attack. You understand? So people will be playing with me and they'll be way stronger than me. But, to them, I can take more damage than them. I'm basically I'm negating the attack. And I know how to do it. I found out by accident. And I'm a healer, by the way. I'm a healer. So I'm a healer in every game I play, by the way. Every game. If you could choose a thing to choose, I choose the thing that heals other people 100% of the time. I'm pretty known on the game too, not for nothing. Like whenever I come back, people always invite me because I'm a real good healer. Because I know how to. There's a word we got for it. I forgot the word. There's a word that you call it. Tank. I know how to tank. Like I hear, like they call it like tanking. Like when you get hit with a real strong, like hit, but it don't kill you, but it should. They call it tanking. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's what the tank is there for. But I'm a healer, but I be tanking because I know how to negate the attack. So I'm just OP. Even though other people have better gear, more skill points, their character be stronger than mine. It's a fucking problem. A character be stronger than mine, more heals, everything. They be like, why you do that? They be thinking I'm cheating. They be because I be having more heals than them and they be stronger than me. But they don't get it. You going down and getting hurt. I'm not going down ever. So I'm staying up. And since I'm staying up, I'm able to get more heals. So people be like, how you get more heals than me? I got more of this than him. I got more of that. You don't play better than me, fam. All right, I don't want to talk about whatever the don't ban me guy, please. I don't want to talk about whatever you talking about. My phone about to die anyway, so there's that. And we'll plug it into the other side and see if we get a different result. Yeah, I'm about to ban this guy. Anyway, yeah, so that shit is dope. Cause I tend to play video games purposely, like I'm doing a movie. You understand what I'm saying? So I play like that purposely. You know what I'm saying? On purpose. I'm trying to make a movie. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm purposely trying to play in a manner that's entertaining. You understand? On purpose. I have on there's this a board that had just came out, and I was the first healer to do the board on the whole entire game. A solo healed it because so it's a map that you have 8 people on your team. Generally speaking, the 8 people will consist of a tank, one tank, right? Then you're gonna have 2 healers, and you're gonna have, generally speaking, you're gonna have 2 healers, and then you might have 1 troll or 2 trolls, but you always have 2 healers. You understand what I'm saying? Because the board had just came out and it was too hard for anybody to do. And you have 3 DPS. These are the guys that's going to do the damage, right? So you'll have like that. So you have, but a lot of times you'll have 4 DPS. So they'll have 1 troll, 2 healers in the tank, right? And then these are the guys that's supposed to cause the damage, right? It's an 8-man squad. So what you want to do is, if possible, you want more damage so you can kill the people quicker. So you want to have 1 healer if possible. So we was doing the mission and we only had 1 healer because nobody couldn't find another healer. So I healed, and it's online. You can look at the date and everything. And I was the first person to ever solo heal that board. But I do think that they were people that they was drinking colas and giving hills back to themselves and stuff like that. But that still makes it's still hard. It's difficult. You understand what I'm saying? Like I've got legendary feats in that game. Legendary feats. People didn't even, before I solo healed it, nobody even knew it was solo healable. Like it wasn't even something nobody played with. You understand what I'm saying? Like it wasn't even nobody played with it. The board was too hard. It was I think it's DMW. What's the board? Manufacturing fucking Dark Side weapons something. It's one of those boards, one of the Dark Side boards. It was dumb old. And I had only been on the game. I had left the game and I had only been back for like a week or two. And what had happened was they had legendary they used to have different drops. So okay, so there's a tier drop. I'm gonna explain this real quick. So there's a tier drop of weaponry, and sometimes weapons that drop at different tiers, it has different strengths. So every once in a while back then, there used to be this thing called the OP weapons that used to drop, and when they drop, they be gold. So what had happened is, for some strange reason, I left the game, fam. And when I came back, I accidentally ended up with 3 of those fucking pieces. They just kept dropping for me. Now, if you get one of those pieces, you lucky. You understand? Like, you get one of those pieces, you're like, I'm better than all of the niggas in... You understand? I got 3 of them bitches. I got a necklace that at the time was the strongest necklace you could have, by the way. I had a necklace, I had got a ring, and I had, it was another piece. I think it was a belt. I think it was a necklace, a ring, and a belt. So I had 3 of those OP pieces. And that's why I think I was able to solo that shit. So I was like, for like a good, like, and niggas was like, yo, that's the sponsor. Like, for real, my niggas, I ain't capping. Niggas was ringing bells, fam. I ain't capping. Anyway, so that's online somewhere. So that's literally online. So if somebody say I'm lying, it's online. I don't know what to tell you. DWF. Dark Side Weapon Factory. It's called DWF. Go look up the Spawn Splitter DWF. I'm going to go watch that shit today myself. It's not going to be on this page, by the way. It's going to be on another page. Y'all go download the DC Universe. When I get back on PlayStation, I will help everybody level up, and we'll make content over there. I'll make a whole YouTube channel just for that content. Like no other content. That's what I want to do. I want to make a whole YouTube page with only that content. I'll have a couple of y'all that's inside of the group that play the game that's going to capture the footage. And then I have a better idea, but we got to get the first idea off the ground, as usual. I have a way better idea. When we get to the 3rd level of this idea, it's absolutely incredible. But this next level of this idea is also incredible. We just got to get some people in the game that want to participate. Y'all wanted a thing to do at night, right? You don't get it. Y'all wanted a thing to do at night, right? Y'all wanted something fun to do at night, right? Fun? I think you could play it on the computer also, but it's a PS4. Yo, you could play it on the PS4. My PS4 is effed up. I thought that said OS. Like operating system 4. I didn't know what the fuck you was talking about, but if it's a computer, yes, it's on PlayStation. It's called DC Universe. It's free to download. It's free to download. And I'm one of the strongest players on the game. And I'm going to walk you all the way to the doorstep to make sure that you get all, so to make sure that your character is strong and you could go where you want to go. Yeah, you don't gotta rush. I still gotta get a PlayStation. My PlayStation is kaput. I still gotta get a new PlayStation. My PlayStation is kaput. I want to create a whole channel that's just DC Universe. And that for all of our gamers, everybody that's part of the BBN and this, you're a gamer, I'm inviting you to join us. This is something that every single person can join. At one point, I have a league in there that we had about 500 people in it almost. Well, not 500 people, 500 characters. People have multiple characters. Some people have 5 and 6 characters. I have no idea why. I think now we're at like 200. I think last I looked it was at 200, but I know I was kicking people out and deleting names so we could get the numbers down. So I don't know how many is there now. Probably like 8. I think it's still in the hundreds. To be honest with you, there's a lot of people in the league. I was popular. It's popular. That's powerful. I could take you in any map and I could heal you and you could get whatever the thing is that you wanted. You can beat any boss. So what y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. We've been talking about gaming and shit. Beat DC Universe. You can pick different powers. Like you could be like Batman with munitions and gadgets and shit. That niggas that I don't even want to get into it. You could be a meta-human like Superman. You could pick magic skills. You can like there's a ton of different styles and weaponries and everything that you can do. You know, a lot. Think about it like Dungeons and Dragons, but with superheroes. You know, think about it like that. Did I hear about the alien mummy in Mexico? In the Bible, it says that there's going to be wars and rumors of wars. Basically, it says that in this day and age, they're going to be doing everything in the world to distract us. I don't know what to think about the aliens that they allegedly have in Mexico. I don't know what to think about the lights in the skies that have been happening as of recent. I don't know what to think about these things, but I do know that we are supposed to care about human beings. And we have a lot to go. We have a long way to go. I do know that. Because if you just cared about human beings, what, like 90% of our problems will go away? Just saying. If we just simply cared about one another. Russell White says, I don't think those were real. They made them look just like what an alien would look like. I don't know. I mean, how would we even know what an alien would look like for him? But they did make them look like shit that we've seen in movies previously, if that's what you mean. First of all, I don't believe in aliens. As far as what people call aliens, anything that we don't know what it is, we will call an alien. So if an angel came down to the planet and an angel did not look like a human being, even if an angel looked like a human being, an alien would, by definition, an angel would be alien. Of course, we don't know what it is. It's foreign to us. So, if we saw an angel, we would think it was an alien, right? If the angel didn't look like us. It might still be an alien if it looked like us. We just wouldn't know it was foreign to us because it would look like us. But if it did not look like us, we would look at it and call it an alien, correct? Just so we could be clear, if we saw a sea creature out of context, we'd think it was an alien, right? But by definition, it would be, because it would be alien to us. We do not know what it is. Also, as much as I love Mexico, let's just also be clear that Mexico is literally ran by the cartel. So when your country is ran by people who would have to pay off the government, I would assume that the government just does things sometimes. Right? With all fairness? So I don't know what to think about whatever the heck is going on over there with that, whatever the hell they showed everybody. I don't know what to think about that. Also, why do people always assume that if they were extraterrestrial life forms, and I don't believe it's extraterrestrial life forms, I believe that they might be, that they are interdimensional life forms. I don't believe in extraterrestrial life forms. That's a whole nother conversation. But even if they were extraterrestrial life forms, why do people always assume that the Earthlings will be larger than them? Like, why don't we assume that they would be larger than us? I probably would have believed that more if they would have been like a giant fucking thing. Like if the thing was giant, I would have probably been, you know what? I probably believe this. But the shit wasn't giant. It was just so exactly like the shit that we see on. The first thing I thought was ET. So I ain't had time for that. Just being honest. First thing I thought was ET. So I'm like, that don't look real to me. I shouldn't be seeing something that I could comprehend. That's my point. I think if I see something that if I see something I comprehend, I don't know how much of belief I could have for that. You understand? So you're telling me that the thing is supposed to be alien to us, so why am I seeing something I comprehend? Shouldn't I be seeing something that's incomprehensible? Shouldn't I be seeing something that I might not know how to explain? Shouldn't I be seeing something that does not look like something that I've seen before? Am I wrong about any of this? So I guess that's how I'm looking at it. So I don't believe in that. Whatever's going on with them is what's going on with them. Anything else y'all want to talk about? I put that dude on the timeout. He came in here talking about, making rude comments. So I put him on the timeout. I didn't kick him. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. He brought up a good point, so that's the only reason why I didn't kick him. I didn't mind talking about whatever the hell that is that those Mexican governments showed the rest of the world. I didn't mind talking about that. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I think the Marvel universe messed up when they allowed for Black Panther to just be dead. I think they got to figure out a way to bring back a new Black Panther. It's just the way I feel. I know they can't bring Chadwick Boseman back. That's not happening, obviously. But I think they have to figure out a way to bring. Fusa's trying to think of what I want for lunch. The other dude was trying to bring lunch up. Is it lunchtime? I thought the dude was just trying to bring up lunch, so I'd be like, yo, anybody, what y'all want to buy for lunch? So then I could say somebody's going to buy me something for lunch or something like that, and then the person could then try to make some kind of, attack on me. That's what I figured he was doing it for. Anything else y'all want to talk about? It was raining like crazy earlier. Stuff. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. We started late, but I'm rocking. I mean, I guess I get ready to get off. I guess I want to make me something to eat. It wasn't a bad idea. That's why it's a great show today. I had fun. Appreciate that. I'm gonna let y'all go. Maybe we go live later. I don't know, depending on how I feel. Appreciated the conversation today. Hope everybody has a blessed day. Go out there, have lunch, do something worth doing. Like, comment, subscribe. Okay, appreciate you, Russell White. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification game. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. That's all I got on this one.